What's up, nerds? It's your boy, the OGGM. It's October 25th at 10 o'clock in the morning. It's about 63, 65 degrees here and sunny here at Site B, but we've got a little bit of some wind, so allergies. Oh, what a surprise. And did you know that it's the 30th anniversary of Magic the Gathering? I don't know if that means this is the 30th year, if this month is specifically the 30th anniversary. I thought September was. Well, maybe it was. I mean, I remember playing Magic for the very first time in September, October. 30 years. 30 years ago. I'm hanging out with Barry OSeer at North Coast Role Playing, and he's teaching me this game that would dominate my life for the next 15, 20 years before I finally went, oh, God, why? In honor of the 30th anniversary, Wizards of the Coast is releasing a limited edition 30th anniversary set of Magic the Gathering cards. Okay, so far fine. They've done that before, not a surprise. This 30th anniversary set will include not only cards from whatever the current standard block is, and of course the token land, and a token, because tokens are a thing now in Magic, so you have cards that like generate 3 goblin tokens, and people are like, what's a goblin token? And Magic kindly said, you know what, we can raise the price by including a token. So now in Magic the Gathering packs, not only do you get the cards, the rares, uncommons, and commons, and the land, or 2 lands, you also get a token, goblin token, artifact token, whatever. So these 30th anniversary packs will have cards, they will have a land, they will have a token. But in addition to the normal spread of rare, uncommon, and common cards from whatever the current standard set is, and in addition to the normal land with the normal artwork for whatever the current standard Magic 30th anniversary set is, this pack will include proxy cards of the original betas. That's right, including Power 9, MOXs, Black Lotuses. But don't get too excited, because these aren't going to be the $15,000 Black Lotuses you would get if you were actually opening a pack of beta and got a Black Lotus. Oh no, these are proxy reprints. And how can you tell they are proxy reprints? Because they have a different backing. They say Magic the Gathering 30th anniversary on the back, and on the front, on the artwork, as you have Magic the Gathering 30th anniversary way down at the bottom. So these are proxies. They are not the $15,000 cards. They are worth whatever they're going to be worth. I don't know, $1, $3, $10. I mean, still, even a proxy Black Lotus is still a Black Lotus. Even a proxy Time Warp is still a Time Warp. Even a proxy Sarah Angel is Sarah Angel. The exciting thing is it's featuring the original art from 30 years ago, from beta. So again, like, wow, hey, I remember this art. I remember this captions. I remember when Shivan Dragon looked like this. I remember Scrib Sprites. Hey, this card doesn't exist anymore. This might be the only way I'm ever going to get a copy of this card, this proxy. So far, so good, right? Okay, we've got a limited edition Magic set. That's not a shock. They do limited edition Magic sets every other week. We've got a limited edition Magic set that is for the 30th anniversary. Okay, that's not a shock. We've seen that before. It's going to have cards from the current block, whatever the current block is, for October 2022. Okay, fine. So it's just a normal Magic booster pack. Nothing unusual. It's going to have a land in it. Okay, that's not unusual. It's going to have a token in it. Yeah, that was so Wizards of the Coast could raise the price of Magic packs by $1. It's going to have these flashback cards featuring original cards from beta with original art from beta. Ooh, nostalgia. But don't worry, because the backing and the art is slightly different, so nobody can be confused. So like most anniversary special edition packs, these cards, other than the nostalgia, if you remember Chronicles or all the other times they've tried to milk nostalgia, they're not legal because the back says 30th anniversary and it says 30th anniversary in the artwork. So they're not legal in official Friday Night Magic or official drafts. It's not to say you can't use them in Commander or fun drafts or whatever, or a beta draft. You just put them in a sleeve and then nobody can say anything about the art other than it has Magic the Gathering 30th anniversary right here at the bottom. So it's a great chance to look at some cards that aren't in rotation anymore, to try and figure out Black Lotus and Power 9 and Channel and Shivan Dragons and, see the art as it was originally to us 30 years ago. So far, so good. That sounds great. If you are a collector, if you're just getting into Magic, if you're interested in the history of Magic, great. But this pack is going to cost you $1,000. No, not each individual booster pack is going to $1,000. I know some of the people who are jumping on this landmine are trying to make you feel like, oh, each booster pack is $1,000. Fuck you, Magic the Gathering player. Fuck you, Wizards of the Coast. No. For $1,000, you get a pack, a booster box. This booster box is going to have 6 booster packs of this run. So, for $1,000, you will get 6 booster packs. Those booster packs will have normal, common, uncommon, and rares for whatever the current run is, a normal land, a normal token, in addition to 1 retro flashback land. Did I mention the retro flashback land? Yes, they're going to have lands with the original art from beta. So not only will you get an island with the current art, you'll get an island with the old art. Is there any difference? No. An island is an island is an island. The art is, if you want the new art, great. If you like the old art, great. This will also have the 30th anniversary thing on it, though, so it's not tournament legal. And you'll get one flashback card with the old art, with the old context, cards that are not in limitation anymore, cards that aren't printed anymore. Boo, Black Lotus. So for $1,000, I get 6 packs. In those packs, I get 6 flashback retro lands from beta, and I get 6 retro flashback cards using the original artwork, original, what do you call the things at the bottom? Flavor text, and including cards that are no longer in print, like Black Lotus. So I'm only going to get 6. So for $1,000, I have a 1 in 6 chance of getting something that actually is going to be worth it. But oh no, wait, these are proxy reprints, so they're really not worth that much money. I mean, if it was an original Black Lotus, I could get anywhere from 20 grand. If it's a retro flashback, not legal Black Lotus reprint, even though it has the same art, how much is it worth? $20, $50, $100 maybe. I mean, it's still a Black Lotus, and they're still limited. It's still in limited rotation, but for $1,000, I'm only getting 6 cards, and I have no idea what those 6 cards are. Sure, it could be a Black Lotus, but it could also be anything else from that run. So it could be regeneration. Is it going to be the card with the misprinted land? The green card with the red casting cost or no blue casting cost? No, probably not. So yeah, of those 6 cards, you have a chance of getting a common beta reprint, a rare, an uncommon beta reprint, a rare beta reprint, or one of the Power 9. Ooh, I have a 1 in 6 chance of maybe getting a Black Lotus or a Time Walk or a Twister or a Twiddle or all the other Power 9 cards. So this is not anything new. Wizards of the Coast has done this before. Wizards of the Coast has done anniversary flashback nostalgia packs that weren't tournament legal. They were limited editions, and they were they ranged anywhere from $100 to $500. For $1,000 for 6 packs, with a 1 in 6 chance of each one of those packs containing a card that you might actually be worth $1,000. Now people are saying this is a jip. They're saying it's fake magic. Why is it fake magic? That it's not official magic? Well, if Wizards of the Coast produces it and it says Magic the Gathering on it, it's an official Magic the Gathering card. It's not fake magic. It's fake magic in that it's not fake magic. I mean, they're not tournament legal. They're not tournament legal. Doesn't mean you can't use them in play, but are you really going to want to? They are collector's items. They are collector's items for people who have a loving nostalgia for what Magic used to be, what Magic used to look like, and can afford it. These are the same market that $1,000 figures and $1,000 games are marketed to, and $1,000 limited edition vinyls of characters from video games or whatever, $1,000, This is not a surprise. It's not a surprise that they would do something like this for the 30th anniversary. It's not a surprise that they would release something like this. So people are complaining. We have 2 sides of the argument. We have side 1. How dare you, Wizards of the Coast, make a limited edition, not tournament legal pack where we have no way of knowing what's going to be in, and we're only getting 1 retro flashback card for $1,000. We get 6 packs. That's fake magic. How dare you? How is it fake magic? That's the part I don't understand. It's fake magic? Wizards of the Coast printed it. It's not fake. It's not tournament legal. It's a proxy. You can do whatever you want with it. Is it overpriced? Absolutely. Do you have a chance of making your money back? Maybe, depending upon how much the retro nostalgia, not tournament legal, alternate, not official, but still official artwork, Black Lotus and Power 9 are worth. Are you going to make 70 grand off a reprinted Black Lotus from this pack? No, because it's not tournament legal. Are you just going to be like, dude, I finally have a Black Lotus, but it's got a 30th anniversary Magic the Gathering on the back and a little... So, yeah, I guess that's why people are saying it's fake Magic, because, one, they're not tournament legal. You can't really use them in play unless it's just fun games or not official sanctioned games. One, you're only getting one card for 6 cards for $1,000, and you have a 1 in whatever chance of any of those 6 cards actually being worth more than 75 cents or whatever. You know, even at its worst, a retro flashback, you know, Power 9, Moxed Emerald, whatever, Black Lotus, Soul Ring, even if it has on the back Magic the Gathering 30th anniversary, so it's not legal, and it says on the art Magic the Gathering 30th anniversary, so it's not legal, there is still some resale value. I don't know what the resale value is. It's obviously not going to be 15 grand, 20 grand. But, I mean, you know, you might make, 20, 50, or even $100 off of it. I mean, maybe even 120. I mean, some of the previous flashback cards, retro flashback nostalgia cards, still go for a lot of money. Some of those alternate art, not tournament legal cards with the different backs still go for money. I mean, yeah, you're never going to make the, Black Lotus beta 15, 20, 75 grand. But, is it worth $1,000? If you're a Magic the Gathering collector, if you want to celebrate the 30th anniversary, if you're excited about the chance of a 1 in 6 chance of getting retro cards, maybe. But it's 1 in 6. I mean, all the rest of the cards in the packs are normal everyday Magic cards. The land is still a normal everyday land, and the token is still a normal everyday token from whatever the current run is. You're getting a flashback land with old art on it. Ooh, I don't even know what the tournament legality is of beta lands. They do look different because of the borders. So, yeah. But if you're just like doing Commander or Pauper or just fun Magic, I mean, a land is a land is a land. If I go over to a game store and pull out a black bordered island, is it going to be worth more than a regular island? I think it's like 95 cents or something like that, or maybe $1.50 because it's black bordered. But because the borders are different, it's not tournament legal. It's not legal. For friendly, fun games, no one cares. The same thing with this. I'm going to get this pack. I'm going to get a rare, a couple uncommons, a couple commons from the current set. I'm going to get a normal land. I'm going to get a normal token. But I'm also getting a one flashback retro beta card with the original flashback retro artwork, the original flashback retro flavor text, the original flashback retro mechanics. So if a card has been changed since then, nope, this is the original channel. This is the original Fireball. This is the original Sarah Angel as it appeared in beta, other than the fact at the bottom of the card it says Magic the Gathering 30th anniversary, and on the back of the card it says Magic the Gathering 30th anniversary. So it's not tournament legal. It's limited edition. It's basically just collector's item. Would you really want to put it in play? Maybe. I definitely know some people who will. I know people who still play with Soul Rings and Black Lotuses in their deck today. Those people are insane and can afford to, but, if you've got the money. So the main complaint as to why it's fake Magic is that none of the other cards are 30th anniversary cards. You're basically paying $1,000 for 6 normal Magic sets with the normal run of cards in it, with a normal land, a normal token, and 2 cards that might be worth a couple bucks. But you're no way, and even if you get a Black Lotus, retro Black Lotus, you're probably not making $1,000 back off of this. So, even if you're a super collector, $1,000 for 6 packs, that 1 in 6 chance of actually getting something that isn't like a Scrib Sprite, or a Shivan, or a whatever, a common retro card, which is going to work like crap. So how much do Magic the Gathering packs cost now? Oh, I mean, yeah. So Magic the Gathering packs cost... Hold on. Let's see. The commander sets, pre-built commander sets run about 50. A single booster runs about $5. So 5 times 6, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So for $30, you could get 6 normal Magic the Gathering current run booster packs. In those, each of those, you have a 1 in 15 chance of getting a rare or an ultra rare that's actually worth $5 or more, to therefore make it worth your purchase. You know, fair enough. You know, Magic cards have gone anywhere from $10 to a card to a couple $100 to a card to a couple $1,000 to the card. So, you know, it is an investment. It is a risk, just like normal Magic. So the big complaint is that I'm paying a lot of money and I'm getting no guarantee that I'm actually getting anything worth my money, because these are retro flashback proxies, which means that even at my best day, I'm not gonna break even. And this is fake Magic because I'm basically paying for a normal booster pack plus these cards, which have different backings on them, aren't tournament legal, have the artwork has been altered, so they're basically proxies. It's like I just did the same thing. I took my friend's Shivan Dragon, I put it on a photocopier, I photocopied it, I cut it out, I glued it to a Magic card, I slipped it in a sleeve, bam, I have a Shivan Dragon using the original art, because I don't want to use my actual card because I don't want it to get hurt. But how is it fake Magic, okay? It's not fake. Yes, proxies are fake cards if somebody else makes them. If Wizards of the Coast makes them, and this is not the first time they've done this. They've done this before, several times. It's still an official Wizards of the Coast produced Magic card. You just can't use it in any legal sanctioned Wizards of the Coast Magic tournament. But fuck, if you want to put a $1,000 pack worth of Shivan Dragon in your red set, and nobody's, you know, for a friendly casual game, people are like, I don't care. I'm playing my retro Power 9. Well, you know, in order to get Power 9, you're going to have to spend a couple grand in the hopes that out of those 6 packs, you actually pull all the cards you would need for Power 9. And then, yeah, but fake Magic, no. Unbelievably overpriced Magic, ridiculous, yes. But it's not the first time Wizards of the Coast has done this. $1,000 in 2022 money would have been $500 in, you know, 20th anniversary Magic the Gathering money, and $50, you know. So they've done this before. This is not new. This is not different. Limited edition, limited run, retro art cards that aren't tournament legal have different backs, so you can't confuse them with legal. Nothing new. All right. How does this affect Dungeons and Dragons? Since we know that everything in Magic the Gathering is canon in Dungeons and Dragons. So how does this affect Dungeons and Dragons? How does Wizards of the Coast releasing a special limited edition anniversary pack where you're cut for 6 packs for $1,000 that would normally cost you $30, with the gamble that you're actually going to get 1 reprint card that might be worth something, but you're also gambling that you're going to get 1 reprint card that's worth shit, like, I don't know, a Common Regeneration or something with Forest Walk. And then what do you do with it? Great, I've got 1 Sarah Angel that I spent $1,000 on. I got a Sarah Angel and 5 crappy commons that are reprinted original art. Ooh, nostalgia, original art. Nobody's nostalgic for the original art. If I want to look at the original art, I'll look it up online. Or I'll go to the art of Magic the Gathering. If I wanted to own the original art, I'll buy a print of the original art and go, ooh, nostalgia, Earthbind. Ooh, look, Howl from Beyond and Unholy Strength with the original controversial beta artwork. I wonder if they'll include the original controversial beta artwork on Earthbind. Probably not. How does this affect D&D? Because we know that Magic the Gathering and D&D are the same thing. And everything in Magic the Gathering is canon in D&D. How does this product, Wizards of the Coast, blatantly trying to make more money off of you guys? Ooh, Wizards of the Coast is trying to make money off of us? How dare they? Please. Why are you surprised? How does this affect Dungeons & Dragons? It doesn't. No, I mean, it doesn't. In fact, at this point, Magic the Gathering and Dungeons & Dragons are 2 separate entities. I know we thought that they were going to combine themselves into 1 power whatever, but no, it's Hasbro is Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering is Hasbro. Dungeons and Dragons is Wizards of the Coast. Wizards of the Coast is Dungeons and Dragons. Hasbro doesn't need Wizards of the Coast to continue to make Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering pretty much pays for itself. You know, all they got to do is come up with a new artwork, a new name, and change the mechanics slightly. And, you know, who knows when or if there's ever going to be an end to Magic the Gathering. They could always find another way to keep the franchise going forward. And Hasbro doesn't really need Wizards of the Coast to make Magic the Gathering. Dungeons and Dragons, Wizards of the Coast. Yeah, does Hasbro still need Wizards of the Coast to continue to make Dungeons and Dragons? Probably not. Will they keep Wizards of the Coast around for a while? Yes, but are they slowly going to continue to replace Wizards of the Coast employees with new people? Like these 3 that they did already? Yeah, probably. What is Hasbro's plans for Wizards of the Coast and Dungeons and Dragons going forward? I think we got a general idea of what's going on. Does this new Magic set affect Magic the Dungeons and Dragons? No. Is it worth $1,000? No. Are people going to buy it? Yes. Are people going to be upset because they didn't get that one card they wanted? Yes. Are people going to go, you know what, for $1,000 I could have just bought a proxy of a Mox, a Mox Emerald or whatever. Or I could have just gone to, made up my own photo. Why? Why did I spend $1,000 for 6 normal Magic packs that had maybe a card with original art that I might be nostalgic about? No, I'm not nostalgic about this. If I wanted to be nostalgic about the original art, I'd get an Art of Magic the Gathering book, or go see an Art of Magic the Gathering display, or just look at the art for free online. All I've done is spend $1,000 for 6 cards with retro art, but the art is ruined because there's this little thing at the bottom that says 30th Anniversary Magic card. So even then, yeah. But fake? No, it's not fake. It's legal. It's a legitimate Magic card that you can't use, can't play, isn't tournament legal, but you have it. It might be worth something. It might not be worth anything, but then that goes for every other Magic the Gathering card. I mean, if you can get somebody to give you $1,000 for your retro nostalgia flashback art, original beta art with even though it's not the original, it's a proxy Shivan Dragon, great. There's probably somebody out there who will give you money for it, because Magic the Gathering is worth what people will pay for it. At the end of the day, it's cardboard with art on it. It's worth nothing. But people will pay $75,000 for a Black Lotus, even though I can't use it. It's not tournament legal, and if I even touch it, it might fall apart because the acetane in my fingers might cause it to actually start to dissolve. But I can say I have it. And if I'm in the financial position where throwing down $1,000 for a Magic set is the same thing to me as throwing down $1,000 for a limited edition Dungeons and Dragons figure, or a limited edition Funko Pop, or a limited edition movie, or a limited edition, record or whatever, then I'm going to do it anyways. And probably I'm the kind of person who doesn't care if you're upset that I spent $1,000 on a Magic set in hopes of actually getting one retro nostalgia flashback card that's, even though I can't use it and the artwork is ruined because of the little thing at the bottom. Well, I knew what I was getting into. So why are people upset? I don't know. I can only assume it's because of I'm only getting one card, and I only have a 1 in whatever chance of actually getting a card that's worth anything, and I just spent $1,000 and I got 6 regenerations, or 6 forest walks. Is it going to have banding? Is it going to have banding? Yeah. So at the end of the day, is this a waste of money? Yes. Is this a blatant attempt at Wizards of the Coast to milk Magic the Gathering nostalgia? Yes. Is this Wizards of the Coast trying to make money because that's their job? Absolutely. Are you surprised? You shouldn't be. They've done this before. Are you upset? You shouldn't be. They've done this before. Do you think this is fake magic? No. Is it just stupid? Yes. Do we care at the end of the day? No. I am the OG GM addressing this latest bit of Wizards of the Coast controversy, and I promise you, someday we will go an entire day without talking about Wizards of the Coast. If nothing else, we know in March we talk about superhero role-playing games, so if we make it to next March, at least we got that to look forward to. Until then, if you want to shut me up, consider supporting me. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Please check out the various ways you can support me with the links down below. If you want to take a look at the Magic the Gathering new retro flashback 30th anniversary set that's not fake magic, there's a link to that down below. Do you care? Do you not care? Do you think I should shut up now because I've been talking about this for 25 minutes? Yeah, I probably should. See ya!